When everything doesn't work, you take the law into your hand. Tama nga naman, I'd like to quote Mr. Saicon. Because tama nga naman, pag ikaw, kanyari nagera ka, you had an unfortunate incident of a one-on-one or one against 5 people in a dark street, you're in a corner, at nagbanatan na, and you're there, and wala ka mapuntahan, mga sundalo, pulis, hidukutura, o kongreso at whatnot, wala ka mapuntahan, nag-iisa ka na lang doon, kumbaga, what happens is all hell breaks loose and you take the law into your hands. I have to agree with that because that's what you call the pressure point. Mr. Saicon, tama yun. Maraming salamat. That's a nice way to open this section, this episode. Ang question ko lang, ito. Let's assume, okay, scenario 1, Vice President has to take the place. That's the constitutional.
Correct. Oh.
And legal and whatever. Okay. What are the other scenarios? Simbahan mag-take over, a group of elders? What are the other scenarios na pwedeng mangyari?
Alam mo, Hari, marami na nag-uusap-usap. Kaya kita mo, meron ng isang grupo, kasama sila Bishop Arguelles,
nagsalita na yan eh.
Nagsalita na meron
Pinare-resign na si Presidente.
At magtatayo sila ng alternative council to reform the country,
Meron pa yung kay Pedrosa, Chief Pedrosa, and former Chief Justice Reynaldo Puno, yung council. Council or something. Truth Council.
Makikita mo na bakit sumisibol at bakit lumalabas yung mga grupo na yan. Kasi wala na silang mapaniwalaan doon sa establishmento ng pamahalaan. So, sabi ko, they're now putting the opportunity and the effort in their hands. Now, nagdagdag ka pa ngayon itong masasapa, 44.
A critical point. How about a coup d'etat? How about the army taking over?
Ako, I've always believed, ayan, nandiyan si Senator Honasan, no coup d'etat can happen without being led by the institutions. The institutions that are the moral institutions of government. Ano yan? Yung spiritual church, civil society, taking up. Because they will just play a supporting role. But led by the military, it will not succeed because the people will fear it.
And if they fear it, it's useless.
They will not do it. They will do it by themselves. The way they know what. EDSA is people power. It's not military power.
People nga eh.
It's people power, And
mas marami pa rin ang taong bayan kasi unless patayin nila lahat, which they won't.
I don't think naman, Our military, sila nga pinapatay, hindi nga sila
well, in this scenario.
So, kaya, there are silent talks that's happening now. Kaya, yung sinasabi nila na there is now a ongoing checking of the loyalty, That's useless. Okay, because you cannot get what is in the heart of a grieving soldier and a grieving.
Let's talk about the power, the influence of the church. If in the elections of past, the church was not able to put together a group of what they call acceptable politicians to come in, because they failed in every election. The Catholic Church supposedly had failed.
Tama ka doon.
How, di ba?
Tama ka doon.
How can we look at the church to lead us now in these troubled times?
Ganito, Pagdating sa politika, ang simbahan, there is no such thing as a Catholic vote.
Oo nga di ba?
Diba?
Pero 6 million strong, narito yung Santo Papa.
Totoo yun.
Metro Manila lang yan.
That will explain to you also, the spirituality of the church. They can propose not to vote for certain personalities, but they will never say, please vote for this. The church has never gone to a point that, unlike the other religious sectors, meron sila listahan. May dictate,
Catholic Church,
and they allow it. That's why the Catholic Church allows the freedom and use your conscience to vote.
But
No.
you're saying the spiritual guidance is what is important?
Important.
And
Now,
significant.
Now, but on a social, moral action, yung simbahan, powerful. Sa political, hindi. Hindi siya makikialam sa politika. Hindi siya makikisaw-saw sa politika. Kaya nga, meron separation of church and state.
So the dictates of the church is very strong with the people on the morality,
On the morality,
on the spirituality.
yes.
Not necessarily, ganito ka dapat magbihis, ganito ka dapat,
Hindi,
no?
hindi. No.
You believe in that?
I believe in that. Oh. They've never dictated. I still have to hear the church say, this is our president. This is our senator.
I don't think the church will ever do that. They'll never dictate.
Meron silang ginawa, no, but it was an archdiocese independent act in Iloilo. No, sinabi nila na team patay and team buhay.
Nanalo sa Supreme Court yun. They can say what they want because it's private. But the rationale was because
Now,
of it's private.
But we have to look at it this way now, no? Most of the archdioceses, no, because they are independent of one another, no, and my moving around, I could sense, no, that sabi nila na we have to guide our flock on this moral call to action. So there is so much immorality in governance.
A very tall order to correct that. isn't it?
That's why. But ang sagot nga natin, for the church who I know went all out for Noy-Noy
It did.
because of the legacy of the mother. Ay, tiranim ni Cory yan eh. Yung pagkalapit ng simbahan, ang nakinabang si Noy-Noy. Eh ngayon parang hindi ganun na ang pananaw doon sa 5 taon na binabantayan siya sa kinikilos niya. So, as I said nga, on the level of the church and the moral leaders, tumataas din yung discontent. Sa mamamayan, ganun din. Eh doon sa enemy niya, talagang wala. Galit sa kanya yun. Wala tayong magagawa, no? But yung masa na yun, ang nakikita ko na,
Boy,
nag-uusap-usap sila, and then there is now an alternative that will not become, as I said, conventional.
Bakit the Philippines always known to lead, no?
To lead.
Wala naman sila ng people power sa mundo nito. Tayo nagpakita eh.
Eh ngayon, baka sabi ko nga na maulit-uli yan, pero iba namang muka, no? We can never say.
Kaibigan mo, kilala mo talaga si Noynoy. You know the family. You even know the people, the power play in Malacanang. You know most of them on a personal basis. Bakit sila nagkaganito? At anong maaabiso mo sa kanila at this point? Parang it's a little, one step beyond na sila eh. Tumapak na sa mina, pag tinanggal mo yung paa mo, puputok na, kumbaga.
Ang nangyari dyan, they started on the wrong foot.
You said that 4 years ago, I remember in this very show. You told me
Because
this.
immediately, Pinoy tried to play a balancing act, which is wrong for a president. Dapat decisive kayo. Dito, binalance niya yung balay, binalance niya yung...
Miski pamilya niya, in-out niya. Kaibigan, kabarilan.
Yung Samar, no? Tapos ganito, no?
Yung grupo nga, yung Samar.
On the basis of comfort and friendship, nauna yon, nawala yung commitment to responsibility, greater responsibility. Kaya nga, it started on the wrong foot, which what happened. Tignan mo nangyari doon sa Luneta, hostage-taking issue. Di ba? Iba ang...
Hindi nag-take command eh.
Si Robredo, na pumunta doon, trying to save whatever has to be saved, ends up na hindi pala siya may control ng police.
Hindi.
No, so you will...
The other guy, Rico
Kaya
Tono.
kaya nga lalabas nga dito, Hari, no, na there's always a balancing act, no, and that walang unison, no, in effort na sabay-sabay lahat sila magkakasama.
Ano ba trip ng presidente? Divide and conquer? To create confusion so he stays on top? Or is it just sheer incompetence? Or disregard to rule of law? What is it?
He tries to...
Kilala mo yan eh.
Okay, but he tries to control, no, the two groups. like a Machiavellian, divide and rule,
Conquer.
no? Doon sa PDAP, ang nakakaalam lang si Boots, Abad, and the group. Sabi naman ng Jojo Ochoa, at saka nung chief yung legal counsel nila, wala akong alam. Si
Wala akong
Kagiwa,
alam dyan.
wala akong alam dyan.
Yes.
Oh, kaya makikita mo na, how can Malacanang go on a very effective program for all the efforts that the government towards delivering the services when you have two divided groups.
And now it's even more divided because he's exemplified this even with running the
Kaya
being chief
lumabas,
commander.
binrake niya yung chain of command. Hindi sinabihan si Rojas, hindi sinabihan si Espina, pero alam nung kanyang kaibigan.
Na out na dapat.
Na dapat.
Wala na
oh.
otoridad.
Kaya makikita mo na yung tao na pinapansin, ba't ganito? Eh, ngayon lang tayo nakakita ng ganitong presidente, na ganitong pamahalaan.
We have a last 2 minutes and a half. Mr. Saicon, what message do you want to give directly to the people with what's going on today and what you know is going on, what you see is going on, and what you perceive where it should go? What message would you like to give them?
Number one, ang akin lang pong gustong ipahiwatig, isipin po ninyo ng maigi, kung saan tayo tatayo sa oras ng tinatawag na pagsubok na ito. We are now in very trying times. This, again, as I said, is the last act, where everyone must contribute and everyone must help in providing a direction towards a true reformation for our country. Yung pagmamahal sa bansa is not necessarily because we have to die for it, which our valiant 44 SAF did. Let's just change track. Hindi na pwede rito na baliwala. We will be comfortable in our homes without now contributing towards these changes. Be active. Lumabas ka, ipakita mo ang kakayanan mo, nagampanan natin ang pagbabago. Sama-sama tayo.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are fighting words from Mr. Saicon, but you see, the thing is, he's not trying to lead anybody. Like him and like many other body politic, the analysis, understanding the issues at hand and where it's going. For country, not for friend. For the country, not just for your family. The country, not just for your personal prosperity. Where it should go, why it should go, well, these are real times. It's real. It's the real thing. So, tama si Mr. Saicon. Where do you stand? Do you even know? Do you have an idea of what's even going on? Kayo po nanonood. Alam nyo ba kung paano kayo maapektuhan nito? You make that decision. Maraming salamat po. We hope you've enjoyed our show. Thank you very much, Mr. Saicon. Wow, that's a... You are what you watch.